This is one of the pyrus I have in my garden, Pyrus forest flame. As you can see, it has beautiful red growth. The red growth is actually the young new leaves, and then it has some little pretty white flowers as well. An absolutely beautiful shrub. It grows to quite a reasonable size in the end, but it is actually quite a slow grower. This one is probably 2 meters high, maybe by 3 meters wide. I prune it, taking off wayward stems once a year, but apart from that I leave it to do its own business. It is a lovely shrub to have in your garden, and it's evergreen. This is Sorbaria Sorbifolia. The beautiful spring growth is rustic tones with yellow tints. Absolutely gorgeous in springtime. The leaves do fade into a plain green colour and it's fairly plain for the rest of the year. But for the spring foliage, it is definitely worth having in your garden. This is the foliage of one of a few of the hollies I have in my garden. The foliage of hollies is evergreen, and also it has lovely red berries in the autumn. You have to have a male and a female plant in both cases to actually produce the berries, but even without the berries, the actual foliage of the holly is beautiful in itself. This is Euonymus emerald gold. It is one of the most common shrubs you can get for the garden. I love it because of the golden foliage, which jumps out at you from a distance and actually brightens any border even in the middle of winter. It is evergreen, so it has this colour foliage all year round. A great background standard plant for your borders. This is Spiraea, another quite common plant in this country. It is grown for its flowers and for its foliage. Its spring foliage is absolutely beautiful. Look at those tones of yellows and rustics. It has a lovely little pink flower later on, and definitely worth having in the garden. The golden leaf plant in front of us is Philadephus Aureus, a beautiful shrub which produces golden leaves in springtime, followed by some pretty white flowers. The Philadephus normally is known for its beautiful white flowers, however I grow this one for its golden foliage. This is a Japanese maple. You really can't beat Japanese maples for their foliage, their beautiful leaves in spring and their autumn tones. This one has actually got quite widespreading and probably needs a little bit of a prune in autumn when it loses its leaves to keep it back under control, because it's got a bit too large for this position. But it is beautiful, and the leaves, as you can see, are beautifully serrated. There are many varieties of Japanese maple. This is just one, and all of them are beautiful and well worth having. This is another of the Japanese maples I have in my garden. It's one that produces lime green leaves in springtime. The foliage is serrated and is absolutely beautiful. A low growing variety. It's overhanging my pond, and a beautiful plant.